Previously on the Infinite Escape Room.
A croissant? That'll never fit in there.
What do you mean you can smell gas?
I lick the painting of the sausage.
My sausage!
Hello, everybody out there in the world, and welcome to another small episode of the Infinite Escape Room. You join us midway on our hollybobs, which is English for holidays, which is English for vacation, which is not English and should not be spoken ever again. We have it from Her Majesty, and that's the end of that. My name is John, and I am drinking, still, amazingly, a Nightmare Porter, which is still just fine, thank you very much. And locked in to the beach hut with me today is...
I'm Jamie, and I'm still drinking the same glass of water I was last week, because intermittent fasting is a bitch.
And I'm Mike, and I'm not drinking Sauvignon Blanc because I drank it all. It's all gone. So the next available liquid appears to be some PVA glue. So I guess I'm drinking PVA glue for this recording.
So for the listeners, he literally reached out of shot there for the first thing that came to hand, and it was either that or the paraffin. So he went for the... Oh, wow. No, don't. Woo.
It doesn't taste nice.
It was either a brilliant mime or he just drank some PVA glue.
It's not going to be poisonous. They give it to kids.
I'm not sure. Well, not to drink, though.
So they give it to kids once.
Kids drink everything.
And eat everything. It's true.
Oh, it's me. Yeah, Ben, holding up the intro.
And I'm Ben Levy-Griffiths, and I am still drinking a Hoegaarden.
Hey,
Hooray.
There's a joke there. A garden. There's something there. And every time you say Hoegaarden, I think, oh, what is it? What is the funny
It's very 90s, though. It'd be a very 90s kind of rap-based joke.
Yes, it would be.
And I think
I'm not going to go there.
I think we're all of an age now where we're like, a garden of hose sounds nice, but really a garden with a nice sandwich in the middle and a place to nap in the sun.
And a chair.
Good.
A chair that you have time to sit in. Very much so.
Just a quiet 10 minutes, really. That's rap in your 30s. All these bitches and all these hoes, but all I want's to sleep.
Very good. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Midway through our hollybobs, our holidays, our vacations, we have already departed, already flown, perplexingly in first class, even though we then had only 5 pence to spend on a beach hut. Interesting, I guess that's why we had 5 pence to spend on a beach hut. But honestly, before I die, I swear I will fly first class once, just to experience it, and then I will die in the most luxurious plane crash ever.
I got upgraded
Mike's
once.
pointing fingers at himself.
To business
He's
class.
Done it. Oh, you bastard.
It was with Priscilla when she was working with, she was BA cabin crew, and she got me upgraded because I was her carry-on companion.
Did you dress for the occasion?
I did. I wore a suit, and funnily enough, it ended up just by pure coincidence. It was the same suit, sort of shade of kind of darkish blue as the rest of the cabin crew, and there was an enormous line at immigration in Seattle, and the pilot, because I was kind of like at the back of this line, just sort of went to me and were like, come over here. And I think I got through Seattle immigration as flight crew, which feels like not a problem on the way in and not a problem on the way out. Might be a problem if I ever go back. Because, they fingerprint you and stuff, and they're like, cabin crew? Yeah. And I look at the pilot, and I'm like, I guess I'm cabin crew. And it was, it was incredible. But yeah, that class is fucking insane. Like, you get to have a nap. People bring you whiskey constantly. You get delicious food. It was some of the not even like the best food I've had in the air before. It was some of the best food I've ever had. It was amazing. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
I like that you led with, you get to have a nap.
Not the free whiskey.
It turns into a bed. Your chair turns into a bed, and you've got like a little cubby hole, and they give you like little sleepy thing, and you can watch Interstellar while you're nodding off. It's brilliant.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
That would be trippy. That would be very trippy. So if there are any American immigration officers listening, this is Michael James Collins of British descent, passport number PT67493321. And he can be, next time you meet him at the border, give us a wave. Now,
please don't give me a cavity search. My cavities have seen too much already.
Listener, you may be wondering what on earth you've started listening to now. Let me explain. We are the Infinite Escape Room. We are an escape room unlike any other. We are the best value escape room you will ever visit because we are free. Unless you choose to give us money to help us do what we do, which would make you a Patreon. On Patreon for us, we have a few, and I would like to take a moment now to thank them solemnly for, much like the Lord, our Saviour, and God, they keep us going through the thick and thin. We love you lots, guys. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. I would especially like to thank two individual Patreons, that is David Shaw and Jen McPhillamy. Thank you for your continued support. It really does mean a lot to us, both of you. Now, you join us in a very special area of the Infinite Escape Room. We have gone back to the past, and by that I mean the past format, where each of us would bring a puzzle. This time we are bringing them not for one big episode, but for 4 miniature episodes. They're all taking place on our holidays. Michael has just taken a new drink from off camera, which presumably was either handed to him by a robotic arm or Laura. What is it, Mike? What are you drinking now?
Clockwork Tangerine, classic.
Oh,
That looks... Oh, good God, that looks awful. Yeah, moving on. So having already successfully turned off the gas cooker to stop ourselves being gassed to death, we can see around us a ship in a bottle, a lovely view out of the window, and a picnic hamper. Gentlemen, what shall we investigate first?
I feel like I pressured us towards the cooker. Last
nice.
time.
Very nice.
Does anybody else have any preferences?
I would like to take a look at the view from the window.
I agree. Let's look out the window.
Out the window it is.
Well, I guess that's my puzzle then. You are in the beach hut. You're trotting along in the beach hut, having a lovely time. Well, you're not having a lovely time because you're trapped in by a person that John's shortchanged because John's a tight bastard.
Apparently.
You see on the front fascia of the beach hut a small square window. It is set into the door, actually, that you entered through. And next to that door is a small table. What would you like to do?
Look at the table. What's on the table?
You take a look at the table. So the gentleman who pushed you in appears to have actually left something for you. You see a package wrapped in string and newspaper and a bottle of Tabasco sauce.
Brown paper packages tied up with string. Tabasco sauce is my favourite thing. Okay, unwrap the package.
You unwrap the string and the newspaper from what you realise now is quite a warm package, and a scrumptious, yummy waft greets you. It's a seaside staple, because I thought we were in Britain and not abroad. It's sausage and chips. There's enough for 3 of you, and then some besides. Yum, yum, yum.
Should we tuck in?
There's Tabasco sauce. Whoa. There's Tabasco sauce. I'm assuming that one of us, if we use the Tabasco sauce on this, will go to hell. So, Jamie, would you like to use the Tabasco sauce, mate?
You know what? I'll take one for the team. Let's lather that shit in Tabasco sauce.
You lather a portion of sausage and chips with Tabasco sauce. It is now thoroughly Tabascoed.
Good God. I eat the sausage and chips. I'm going to eat it.
It's piquant, is the way I can describe it. It's extremely piquant. You get the feeling that while you're satisfied now, you may fart blood tomorrow.
Well, let's hope we get out in time, gents, because otherwise it's going to be a nightmare for everybody.
Jamie, the roiling in your belly is so horrible from the Tabasco that you are violently sick on the floor.
Goodness. Do I vomit up a key, perhaps?
No, you just vomit up half-digested sausage and chips. But it being a strong British sausage, it is intact and unmovable, like the Queen.
Can we take a little look out the window, please?
You certainly can. So you look through the window and you see tiny little Dachshund is running around in the sand and he's having an absolutely lovely time with some sort of toy in his mouth. You also espy a big, fat gentleman, his skin red from sunburn, sporting a string vest and a handkerchief hat. Classic British holidaymaker. He's walking past the front door of your hut, actually, eating a sort of little 99p flake. And just as he's outside the door, he notices something in the sand and turns to pick it up. It appears to be a silver key, which he stands and examines while continuing to lick his ice cream.
Should we trade the sausage and chips for the key?
Yeah, we got to get the key. Does the window open?
The window does not appear to open, no.
Is there it's like a letterbox in the door?
There is not a letterbox in the door, no.
Can we obviously can't open the door.
Is there a gap underneath the door?
Funnily enough, Ben, yes, there is indeed a gap beneath the door. There's a gap around an inch high at the bottom. It doesn't appear to have been very well fitted. Would you like to look at the rest of the door?
Yes, please.
Okay, so You've got the
Definitely not.
tap around the bottom of the door. There's the bent nail that's pushed into the side of the frame of the door, off which is hanging an empty key ring.
Okay.
And anything else?
No, sorry, I ended up with the intonation that said I had more to say.
You did. Very much.
But I think, weirdly, what I wanted to say next was, hello, beer. But that wasn't relevant to the puzzle. I didn't want to confuse you.
So the dachshunds are commonly called sausage dogs, are they not?
Delicious fund. Okay, can we squeeze... Michael, can I squeeze my sausage under the door?
You can, John. Ouch.
Can I...
You mean from
Can I wave it to the dog?
You mean from the lunch? Certainly. Yes, because we're a clean podcast here, John, you filthy bitch. Yes, you get your lovely hot lunch sausage, and you pop it underneath the door, and you wave it at the dog.
Come and see here, little dachshund.
The dog trots over to you. You can see just underneath the door that he's there. Would you like to give him the sausage?
We need the owner, don't we? Not the dog. The owner's got the key, so I'm gonna let the dog put my sausage in its mouth, and then I'm gonna hold on to it.
The dog drops what it was holding and bites the sausage out of your hand and scampers away.
What was the dog holding?
So the dog was holding what appears to be a small pump. It's a bit like one of those pumps you would use to inflate either balloons or beachside furniture.
Can I fish it under the door and get it?
Absolutely.
But we have nothing deflated.
We could
apart from our lives.
inflate one of the sausages. Make it extra large.
Get a bigger sausage.
Would that work?
Jamie bursts a sausage.
Damn.
It's another hospital trip for Jamie, isn't it?
John gets sausage in his eye. Oh no, is it sausage or a chip?
So there's nothing under the table or anything, is there?
Floor.
Nothing else around the table.
Wall. Floor and wall. Underneath and around the table, respectively.
Okay.
We just rap on the window and say to the guy, hey, we'll give you this sausage and chips if you give us that key.
So rapping on the window.
we'll give you the pump.
Rapping on the window and gesturing with a sausage and a pump, which, to be perfectly honest, as a combination looks at worst sexual, and at best just holiday maker's dream.
And we should need to shout, pump for sausage. Pump
And then just
for
sort of make
sausage.
me, us, you, huh?
If I was in that gentleman's position, I would be at a sprint at this point. But attracting his attention, he starts to move towards you, the key outstretched in his hand. However, the rapping on the window appears to have awakened a snoozing seagull from the roof of your beach hut, who descends on the poor fellow, snapping at him with its cruel beak, as it steals first his ice cream, then his little handkerchief hat, and then the key. You watch this surprisingly large bastard of a bird swallow both down in its big, scary, beaky gullet before driving the poor man away with its wings. The seagull then hops and bops further down the beach and goes back to napping on top of a rock around 20 metres in front of you.
Right, guys, we have to do a public service here. We have to tempt a seagull to its death.
Tabasco and chips.
Let's do it.
I wonder if the RSPB, and that's the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, for those not from the UK, the charity tasked with keeping all the bird life safe, I wonder if when they get the call about a seagull, they just let the phone ring.
I think so.
Like, they just don't
It's
answer.
exempt.
Because is it a bird? It's a rat. It's a rat with wings.
It's like
and a mean face.
It's like if you hit a cat, you don't have to tell the RSPCA because it's a law unto itself. Like, you can't police cats. Same with seagulls. It's true.
Okay, I know there's a lot of cat lovers out there, and okay, Jamie, that's how you feel. That's not how I feel. That's fine.
John, how is this the hill that you decide to not... John, how is this you're like, I wouldn't want to offend anybody. By the way, time for some of my other colourful thoughts.
Hey, I know cat lovers, and cat lovers are scary. Dog lovers are idiots, but cat lovers are scary.
I'm a dog lover.
Very
Oh,
much
hang on.
like, which is very much like their animals. Like, dog lovers never have a plan. Dog lovers just see dog and go, oh, who should I?
Well, that's ironic because John just smacked his microphone away.
I just hit my pop shield rather hard. Dog lovers see a dog and go, oh, a lovely, lovely doggy, and ignore the owner. Whereas cat lovers, when they see a cat, they enter into a negotiation.
8 minutes remaining.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
I should have told you you had 15 minits, by the way. You had 15 minutes, but that was, 7 minutes ago.
You bastard, not giving crucial information in your puzzle.
Retcon!
So, can we, using some of the packaging, actually, can we just sort of push out some of Jamie's sick underneath the door to see if that tempts a seagull?
Make sure it's
It'll be laced stomach acid and Tabasco sauce.
You push some of Jamie's sick outside of the door. Unfortunately, it appears to be too far away for the seagull to smell or notice. He's having a nice little doze on the rock.
Can we
Blow it further with the pump.
Yeah.
How would you do so?
Let it waft. It wafts.
What? What are we doing?
Okay,
What are we
Creating a
doing?
downwind.
You use the air pump to blow a chunk of Jamie's Tabasco sick
Oh my
at the
god!
seagull. It
No.
bonks the seagull on the head. And the seagull then notices the delicious Tabasco sick and promptly eats.
No. That's not okay. It's not okay that is the solution.
But it is, though.
I mean, it wasn't the solution. It's definitely a solution, and I can't deny it. The seagull eats Jamie's Tabasco sick and is then itself sick. You see the little key be vomited out next to the rock upon which it was dozing. It then flaps away rather drunkenly, possibly in search of aspirin or some Lucozade.
So, are we able to reach the key at all from where we are?
No, it's around 20 metres from you.
Shit.
Okay, we need the dachshund.
The dachshund is
Where's
nowhere
the
to be
dachshund
seen.
gone? Okay,
Can
no
we
seagull.
wiggle another sausage under the door?
You can.
Does anything happen?
You have door
Someone
sausage.
else waved their sausage under the door.
Can we waft that sausage using the air pump again?
I mean, you could waft a certain amount of sausage, and I'm sure eventually Liberace would appear. But I'm afraid that you might run out of time before then.
So what do we have? We have the table, we have the pump, we have some sausage and chips.
We have.
That's all we have.
We've got the
isn't it?
string that the package was wrapped in as well.
We do.
Oh, could we tie some food onto like throw it under the door? Would that work?
Somehow hook the key.
I'm trying to read Mike's expression, but I'm just getting blank contempt. But then I always do, so you know.
What's topical on the newspaper?
Ooh.
I don't know. Seagull killed JFK. I don't know.
The keyring that's stuck into the side of the door frame, we could tie the string to that and try and use that as a hook. But I'm not sure how we'd get the string 20 meters ahead of us.
Okay, so the keyring is currently hanging off of a bent nail, which is pushed into the side of the frame. Do you want to take a look at the keyring?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
It appears to be for a restaurant. It's Le Poisson Rouge.
The red fish.
A red herring, perhaps.
A drink. Oh, the red herring. Very good. Not
Cheeky.
helpful.
Sorry, we had, did you say 4 sausage and chip lunches?
It was enough for all of you, which, because this includes John, means there's a lot of sausage and chips.
Right.
Screw you.
If we were to just go through and just break each sausage in half, there's nothing like in a sausage.
Well, there's, the usual surprises to be found in the sausage, but nothing that might help you.
Nothing ultra surprising.
Yeah, there's a bit of bit of bumhole, bit of hoof, a human finger, but nothing that might help you in the puzzle.
Was there anything else inside the bottle of Tabasco other than Tabasco?
No. Gentlemen, you have 3 minutes remaining. And
Jesus.
Can we have a clue?
absolutely. So, Jamie, with the keyring, you were absolutely on the right track. In fact, you were all very much on the right track. I think you might have just been distracted.
Okay, so
Shall I describe it again, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the keyring was actually hanging off of a bent nail that had been pushed into the side of the door frame.
Hang on. Pull the bent nail out.
You pull the bent nail out.
Okay. Nothing's on the bent nail. Nothing changed in the door frame.
I'm really going to hope not, because that kind of defeats the next 2 weeks. But with the door open,
It does not.
So
Okay. Could we put the keyring on the string and fling that out?
I mean, you could.
could we?
let's do that.
Yeah, sure.
Do we hook the key?
No, it's a keyring. Famously, don't
What about
have-
the bent nail? Can we do that? So tie the bent nail to the string and whip that out and try and
I
hook.
don't have the dexterity for this.
Yeah, but Jamie does.
Yeah.
Well, you don't.
That's true.
I mean, you might struggle to do it under an inch of door. However, you did previously do so with some sick. How did you do that?
Oh, you use the air pump to blow it. Pump it out.
Okay, so we put the bent nail with a keyring attached to it into the air pump and then fire it. Hang on, no, attach string to the key ring and then fire it like a harpoon at the key with the accuracy of a sniper.
You do as you have described. Having snared the puke-encrusted key, your projectile puffs out from your little air puffer to the rock and hooks onto the key. You start tugging it back towards the gap under the door. Somebody should probably call HR because you three are pulling a sick key. And you have solved my puzzle. You get the key in your hand and it's all full of sick. And it's horrible. Nicely done. Wow.
Wow.
And you did it with a minute to spare.
Wow.
Excellent.
Hey. And you barely needed
That was quite something.
you were not. Okay, so things you weren't supposed to do. Fire Jamie's sick.
Really? Was that not part of the soul?
No! I expected somebody to eat the sausage and chips. That seemed, if anything, John, I'm surprised that you didn't eat the sausage and chips, and then Ben's sausage and chips, and then Jamie's sausage and chips. That was
fair.
What? No. The idea was you would fire a chip. You would use the pump to fire a chip at the seagull. The seagull would, and you'd be like, aha! I can fire chips at the seagull. Fucking seagull. Eat Tabasco a chip. Aha! Seagull would eat Tabasco-y chip. Be sick, and then
throw up.
And then from there, and then you'd be like, and then you'd have built the link in your brain. Oh, I can fire things at that area. Instead, you were just like, what if I pump sick at things?
The keyring that said red herring in French, that wasn't.
It wasn't necessary. The keyring was just there to draw your attention to the nail.
I see.
So it was like, there's a spent nail into the door frame, and like,
because when you said that, I thought the entire construct was a red herring.
Oh,
wow. You went metaverse on it. We don't need to escape at all. We have already escaped. Very good. I am pleased to hear, though, Michael, that the firing vomit with a small bicycle pump was not part of the intended soul. Because when that happened, that was a very low moment in my life. Like, that was possibly the worst thing that I've ever witnessed.
It felt like it would be churlish to say no to it, because it's like, well, the seagull has to eat some Tabasco sauce, and seagulls probably do eat sick. Therefore, I feel I have to allow. I feel like the judge who's sitting there, like you. I know this guy killed 30 people. You know this guy killed 30 people. But this legal loophole says that he gets to fuck this donkey now. Like, I feel like that judge.
Okay, and on that note, thank you for listening, everybody. We have been the Infinite Escape Room. We hope you enjoyed this little mini episode. We have been John, Ben, Mike, and Jamie. It's been a pleasure. We will see you next week. In the interim, if you want to hit us up online, we are at all the social media places with the tag @tier_podcast. You can also find us with a good old-fashioned website at www.theinfiniteescaperoom.com. Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. See you all next week. Enjoy your hollybobs. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.